So today we're going to be taking a look at one of the most broken, overpowered enchantments in Hypixel Skyblock. And ironically, it's probably one of the newest enchantments in the game. Just by my position on Skyblock, you probably have an idea of what it already is. Well, that's if you've been keeping up with Skyblock recently. Of course, Christmas is approaching and Hypixel always like to throw their own event, in Jerry's workshop understandably. Just off to the side of spawn, you have this NPC right here. I really don't want to pronounce the name because I'm going to butcher it. There is an enchantment right here that is in the shop, we can see, and it's called Refrigerate. So Refrigerate 1 grants us 5% of the mana used to cast abilities as defense for 10 seconds, up to 1000 defense. Of course, it's an ultimate enchant, and to buy it from this store here, it's going to cost us a Volcanic Rock and 10 North Stars. Of course, you can also buy it from the Bazaar. At Refrigerate 5, it grants 25% of the mana used to cast abilities as defense for 10 seconds, up to 1000 defense. In other words, you know how you can use your Hyperion essentially as a healing item. Of course, when you right click with the Hyperion, it gives you absorption. Well, pair that with this enchantment, and you're essentially unkillable. So, we need a Refrigerate book first. Now, there's a debate in itself how you should even buy Refrigerate because, well, if you put an offer up, it's 33 mil, or if you buy it now, it's 84, and I feel like if I put an offer up for 33 mil, there is no chance in a million years it's going to fill. 0 insta-sells in 7 days. So I think we may have to just bite the bullet and yeah. Then we're going to take our absolutely cursed infernal Aurora chestplate and put Refrigerate on there. Okay. Yeah, that's 88 mil that I can never ever get back. Well, I'm of course going to do some testing in a little while, but I just want to give you a bit of a rundown on the numbers. So every time you right click your Hyperion with Refrigerate on your armour, you gain 37.5 defense. Now we know that this is stackable up to 1000 defense, meaning that if you place down like a Plasma Flux or an Overflux or something like that, you can spam to your heart's content, especially if you have decent mana regeneration in your armour too. It turns you into a literal tank. But think about it. If you're just, I don't know, let's say for instance doing a Kudra and you're just running around, you know, right-clicking to your heart's content, without even intentionally trying to gain a ton of defense, you're still going to be gaining 37.5 defense per click, assuming you're not already at 1000. Per this enchantment with the Mana Vampire that you already have in your armour, you can see why this is ridiculously good. Now, what I will say is you could quite easily get a lower sort of tier of this Refrigerate enchantment, like a tier 1. You're still going to have the same defense cap, you're just going to have to find a way to get there. Also, I've only put it on one piece of armour, so you could potentially put it on another piece of armour. So if you put Refrigerate 5 on 2 pieces of armour, you're still going to have the same defense cap, it just means you're going to get there twice as quick. Interesting. I just want to test it out. But before we do, if you are planning on purchasing anything from the Hypixel store, make sure to use code NITROS, it gets yourself 5% off. Also, you should subscribe to the channel, it does help out a lot. And you should join the Discord server, it's linked in the description of this video. We offer slayers and dungeon carries, so if you need carries or want to carry and make some coins, make sure to join. Okay, so for instance right now, let's see. I have 914 defense. If we come over to our Overflux so we can have a bit more mana regeneration and literally just dump all of our mana with our Hyperion until we have pretty much nothing left, and then take a look at our defense, there should be a pretty substantial difference. Now, of course, this isn't always massively practical. As you can see, we have an extra 1000 defense, which is going to prove very, very, well, handy when trying to survive in sticky situations. And just to see how that looks a little bit more in depth, we have 41,667 effective health without dumping our mana. Now, if we go ahead and dump our mana and then double check, we should have substantially more EHP. Just do a little bit more to make sure. I think that should probably be good. Switch. Now let's take a look here. Combat stats. Defense. Effective HP 82.5k. Not to mention our damage reduction was at a staggering 95%. Now here's where this enchantment actually gets even crazier when you look at how it really works. You might think it might be a little bit impractical to constantly keep dumping your mana, then you have no mana to then go and kill anything else, which I agree, it most definitely would be impractical, and therefore probably wouldn't even be that good. However, for instance, if you go ahead and dump all of your mana and get the extra 1000 defense, the enchant states that essentially it lasts for 10 seconds, the effects. But the effects don't gradually go down every 10 seconds, you don't need to spam every other second to keep the defense buff. So essentially you can get 1000 defense, and then every 10 seconds you'll just need to Hyperion or you just use an ability once, and that keeps the 1000 defense rolling over, which is absolutely crazy, meaning that you can just essentially become this tank that just right clicks once every 10 seconds to keep the basically tankiness. It's insane. It really is insane. Now don't forget, I mean, I've put this on Aurora, but I don't know, if you're doing dungeons, you can most definitely put this on the Storm too. It will work exactly the same if you have a Hyperion. So I think we're going to maybe go into maybe like a tier 3 Kudra or something like that. I could have sworn when they added solo dungeons, they also added solo Kudra, but maybe they've removed that for some reason. I'm not sure why they would. Although, why would you want a solo Kudra? Yeah. Okay, I don't exactly know why I don't have any game sound, but at the moment I've spammed quite a bit, and I'm just kind of keeping that up by basically tapping every now and then. Oh my god, well, okay, TPS in the server's absolutely phenomenal. If I'm being completely honest, I don't usually have too much of an issue in tier 4 Kudra anyway, but I'm not taking any damage at all, let that be known, which is really, really, really nice. I can tell there's a noticeable difference, because sometimes I will get down a little bit low on HP. Okay, and I'm glad I didn't actually get anything because I don't have a key. So, yeah. Alright, I want to do a little bit of test, and I've definitely got the... Okay, I maybe should actually help the party. Essentially what I was trying to show is the fact that I just wasn't taking damage at all. Especially when you have that buffer of 1000 damage. It's over. It's actually pretty difficult to be killed. Now, the thing is you have the equivalent EHP of something comparable to even maybe like Golder armor, which is insane considering mage armor is supposed to be squishy. So who knows? I have to even want to check what I've got in here. Yeah, okay, I'm not too fussed about that. Now, something to note is once you have that defense buffer, you don't even have to use your Hyperion. You don't have to use your Hyperion at all, to be fair, but it's just something to keep that sort of mana usage ticking over. So even if you're just teleporting using your AOTV, it still does it. It still keeps your defense. Now, another good one to try maybe could be Ashang, and I'm not saying I'm going to solo it, because I'm absolutely terrible at Ashang. It's actually unreal, but maybe if we just mana dump a little bit. What do we... Okay, there we go. There we go. Love to see it. Now we can just kind of maintain this, hopefully. And see if we can compete it any more competently, which is probably... Okay, yeah, we're taking, like, no damage. That's actually crazy. Wow. Okay, shall we keep it up? I mean... It doesn't stop the fact from it being... painful, but okay. I mean, we're taking so much less damage. You can just tell. You really can just tell. It's wild. I would most definitely have been dead by then. 100%. How about something like a tier 4 Enderman Slayer? Something else I'm incredibly bad at, but could this potentially save us? I mean, granted, I'm not using like an Enderman pet, and I've not tried to do an Enderman for a long time, and the last time I did it went terribly wrong. Well, there's no harm in trying. Want to see my attempts? Okay, let's see. Okay, okay, okay. I mean, I still feel like I've took a ton of damage. Probably partially true. Run hips phase, what am I doing? Yeah, I'm gonna die. I mean, I'm bad at... I am terrible. I should probably learn how to do it properly. And I mean, I could do it. I have the gear to do it, 100%. I just don't have the patience. I still don't understand when you look at the head that it throws out and you still die. Alright, this is not about E-Man, okay? It's not about E-Man. But to be honest, I don't feel like I even usually survive that long. This enchantment is crazy. I like it. It makes me be able to skill issue more and still die. Probably not a great advertisement. But in all seriousness, this enchantment is ridiculous. I mean, at the moment, yeah, sure, you probably have to pay the best part of 80 million coins for it, but I'd say it's worth it. I don't know if it's worth it putting it on multiple pieces, and maybe you can get away with not even getting Refrigerate 5 and getting a lower tier version of it and still being absolutely fine. But I'm really glad I've tried it out, and I think you should try it out too. But anyway, let me know in the comments, have you tried this enchantment out? Are you going to try this enchantment out? Just from reading the stats and looking at what it's done in this video, what do you think of it? I, for one, think it's pretty overlooked. Obviously, it's new, so I guess a lot of people probably just haven't tried it out yet. But if you did enjoy this video, make sure you do leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.